Hello, my name is Ella Johnson. This is a presentation on the instructional design model PI. PI stands for, well, PI is an acronym that stands for planning, implementing, and evaluation. The PI model was developed in 2005 by a 5-member faculty committee consisting of Newby, Steppich, Lehman, Russell, and Ottenbright Leftwich. The PI model is designed for the K through 12 classroom setting and the more formal college and university settings. At its core, the PI model begins with a set of questions relating to 3 categories. And those categories are questions that relate to the student, questions that relate to the teacher, and questions that relate to the technology. Now that I've told you what the PI model stands for, which again is planning, implementing, and evaluation, now we will look at the different phases of the PI model and see what they do. Okay? In the planning stage, even though you see a teacher there, the teacher is thinking about the students. So she's thinking about what obstacles her students are having, what does she need as far as instruction is concerned, the goals of the instruction. She needs technology to answer those questions. So she's at the computer trying to figure out ways to implement technology, whereas, again, I stated she can look for obstacles that the students might be experiencing academically. She's looking at things, ways that she can better improve the goals of instruction, looking for ways that she can motivate the students in their learning. So that is the planning stage. And it focuses on the students. Even though you see the teacher there, her mind is on the students and the needs of her students. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next slide. In the next slide, the teacher has already gotten together the planning. The planning process is over. Now it's time for the implementation process. In the implementation process, the teacher is looking at the students, how they are reacting to the technology that has been designed, that's being implemented. She's monitoring and seeing how they react to it. So it's being implemented. That's the implementing stage of the PI model. Okay, so now we're going to move on and we're going to look at the third acronym for the PI model. And that third acronym is evaluation. So the teacher now is still there with the students, and she's evaluating the technology that was implemented, trying to get some feedback from the students as to whether or not this is going over very well, how they're reacting, is it good, is it bad, what improvements need to be made, things like that, so on and so forth. And she's able to adjust the learning, the technological learning, as they go along based on how the students are reacting to this technological activity. So that is the evaluation step there in the PI model. Okay, and that's the last step there. So now what I'd like to do, I've already given you the acronym of what PI stands for: planning, implementing, and evaluating. And we looked at some of the steps broken down with the teacher, the students, with the students first. The planning process involves the students, and then the implementation, whereas the students are involved and the teachers trying to see what's going over very well. And then the evaluation, again, seeing how the students react to that technology or technological activity and how she needs to adjust next time. Or she can change it right then and there, because this model, instantaneously, you can adjust it based on how the students are reacting to it and switch over to something else or what have you. Okay, now that we've talked about the PI model, I'd like to discuss some of the other models, instructional design models, as compared to PI. And I think I'm going to look at the Assure model and the, let's see, what's that other model? The Gerlach and Eli model. Okay, with the Gerlach and Eli model, it consists of a mixture of linear and concurrent developmental activities with lengthy steps, and there are steps within those steps. So, but that's not the case with the PI model. So again, the Gerlach and Eli model, it consists of a mixture of linear and concurrent developmental activities, and those activities involve lengthy steps. It's kind of a tedious process. So that's not the case with the PI model. And then another model to compare the PI model with is the Assure model. Granted, the Assure model is more well adapted, and it's more popular with the schools and with the colleges and universities. However, it's a lengthy process too. So it is linear in nature, and it consists of 6 different steps. And those steps, of course, involve the 6 different acronyms of Assure. And you have to break that down, and that's a lengthy process too. And with that lengthy process, you don't know whether or not everything is being it's reliable enough. Even though it's a popular model, it still is more lengthier, more cumbersome, a little bit tedious, more so than the PI model. So those are the two compared to the PI model. The Gerlach and Eli model, and then the Assure model. Okay. In summary, I'd like to say the PI model. The key features of the PI model are the three acronyms for the planning stages. That's planning, implementing, and evaluation. And then in each one of those processes, the students and teachers are a part of that 3-phase. More than anything, I'd like to say that the PI model is flexible because the teacher can adjust it right then and there while she's evaluating the students and watching how they react to it. She can adjust the learning, the activities, the technological activities can be adjusted right then and there. So that's one of the key features of the PI model. With the other 2 models, that's not necessarily the case. So when you got a model where you can easily adjust it, it's rather simple with only 3 phases. It makes it a little bit less cumbersome and time consuming for the teacher, whose time is already limited. So this concludes my presentation on the PI model. Thank you for listening, and have a good day. Well, first of all, let's look at this again. I want to show something real quick. That when you think of the PI model, you'll just visualize a pie divided into 3 different pieces. And that first piece is planning. And then the second piece, of course, is going to be implementation. And then your third piece is going to be evaluating. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate you listening. Have a great day.